Hi, this is Roger Struckoff with SYS-CONtv. We're at Cloud Expo East in New York in the year 2014, if you can believe it. I'm sitting here with Paul Turner from Cloudian. We're going to talk some storage and a bunch of other stuff today. Paul, thank you for joining us, and let's start out and just talk about storage and some of the changes that are going on.
Well, I think it's a really interesting time, actually, in storage. There's one of the most significant things you're seeing is flash is changing storage. What's happening is all of hot I/O, hot data, transactional data, is moving up into flash-based storage systems. However, the bulk data storage, you need to have a very strong platform for capacity-oriented storage. And that's what you're really seeing, is this bifurcation of the storage industry into hot flash systems, and then what we deliver, which is really a capacity-oriented scale-out system for large data and bulk data, your archive, your backup. So really storage is going through this major disruption, and I think it's about time. EMC and NetApp have been, quite honestly, charging too much for their storage for too long.
So he says, and I'm sure they'll be watching that. You know, I think we were talking earlier a little bit about SDN. How is software-defined networking and maybe SDDC and all this affecting what you're talking about storage? And you talked about the bifurcation with the product side, but about the deployment side, and SDN, et cetera. How is that affecting things?
Well, SDN is software-defined networking. What you're seeing in storage is a very similar thing really happening. What you're seeing is if I can take storage and run it on commodity servers, which are standard Intel-type servers, where the cost of those servers has really gone down considerably over the last couple of years, over many, many years, then I can have a much more efficient storage infrastructure. So what you're seeing is people like ourselves are delivering software-based storage systems you can run on-premise in your data center. They provide a scale-out storage platform that runs on commodity servers and really brings down, Amazon-like pricing into your data center, a fully compatible S3-like kind of cloud in your data center running on commodity servers at very low cost.
You know, a couple of years ago, I wrote a groundbreaking article that was read by dozens of people I said all the world is hybrid. And now this year, those dozens of people, I guess, got the clue. There's a lot of talk about hybrid cloud. What's your viewpoint on that? How fast is it growing? Is all the world a hybrid? And how does that affect what you're doing?
Well, I think the cloud is changing our whole IT landscape, which is actually wonderful. I mean, we're at a show like this today, and it is booming out here. I mean, Cloud Expo really is quite a show. What people are looking at is how can enterprises use the cloud but use it securely? Hybrid cloud allows you to actually use your own data center services. You're running your actual application on-premise, and you're able to tier up to the cloud. You're able to move and migrate data back and forth to the cloud. So we're able to back up and archive your data and basically by policy move data up to an Amazon cloud or other S3 compatible cloud. So really hybrid is what more and more customers and more IT environments are going to look like. They're going to use cloud services in conjunction with their data center services, and they need storage to be able to bridge that.
So how does all this shake out for Cloudian? How does it affect what your customers are asking, what they're demanding, what you're providing, what you're suggesting? What does this all mean to you and your company?
So one of the biggest things we provide is at the end of the day, storage is useless without applications. And a very important part we provide is a fully S3 compatible ecosystem of applications. So all your Amazon applications, 350 plus apps that I've done a count on recently. But 350 apps are all available to you. So what we're seeing is people are using our storage for particularly it's a capacity storage layer. So they're particularly using it for things like backup and archiving, where data has been growing at astronomical growth rates. We're also seeing large media companies who want to use this as effectively a repository for video images and major bulk data like that. Medical images. The medical industry is another big customer use case for us. Again, bulk data. And then one of the most interesting ones is OpenStack. We're seeing more and more customers want to actually deploy a full private cloud environment. They're looking at things like OpenStack. And we've done integration in with OpenStack where we can provide a full storage layer for OpenStack. And you can actually use it then as a repository for all of your machine images and your activity.
Okay, now one of the things that someone that does this is not supposed to do is ask a yes or no question. But we're gonna conclude with a yes or no question.
Okay.
Because you mentioned data and you mentioned the increasing amounts of data. So we're entering the age of the zettabyte globally, collectively. Are you ready for the zettabyte?
We're absolutely yes. I got to give the simple answer. Yes, and one of the big reasons is it's a different storage architecture that we built. Ours is a scale-out ring storage architecture. You can just keep adding nodes instead of just adding disks and it being locked inside in one server. We use many servers, and you can add and remove those servers on the fly. It also can do replication across data centers and across regions. So yes, we're ready.
There was a serious intent in the question. That was a great answer. We've been sitting here with Paul Turner from Cloudian. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. For SYS-CONtv, this is Roger Struckoff.